Good morning. I'm Mitchell Brown, Councilman, and this morning I want to thank you all for attending today's launch of the new Columbus Division of Fire's medical dispensary system. Last year, I was approached by members of the division with the idea to modernize and improve our medical supply system with the help of a new controlled access pharmaceutical dispenser technology. The division has always been focused on providing quick and efficient and reliable emergency medical services, that we know, to Columbus residents, and I'm happy to provide support in the form of the 2017 capital budget dollars to fund this program. At this time, I'd like to invite Chief Kevin O'Connor to come up and say a few words. Chief?
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate everybody coming out today. What this system is going to allow the Division of Fire to do is continue the mission that we've had from the beginning of time, and that is to provide the best care we can provide to the citizens of Columbus and do it the most efficient way. What this system does, that takes money to buy these machines, but now we have a better inventory control system that allows us to more safely secure those medications, and also, most importantly, have them available to our medics at 18 different locations across the city at any hour of the day or night, that they can be restocked so they can immediately go back into service and provide care to the citizens of Columbus. We've been working on this system and the details of it for a number of years. We were finally able, with the support of Councilmember Brown, to get funding to institute this. What we're going to see is both the cost efficiency in regards to decrease in expired drugs being wasted on a stocking shelf. Gives us better inventory control, it's more efficient. But like I said, the most important thing for everybody to keep in mind, and basically the reason we want to announce this press conference, is the fact is this helps us continue our constant improvement of the care we provide from an EMS standpoint in the Division of Fire. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. The individual who brought this idea to me was Chief Davis. I'm going to have him come up and say a few words about how we got involved to start doing this in other communities that are also emulating what we're doing here. Chief?
Good morning. Thank you, Chief, Councilmember Brown. This project started, as the Chief mentioned, a couple years ago. Some of our suburban counterparts have been using similar systems for a couple years and have seen very good success with it. So when I approached Chief O'Connor, he was very supportive of the idea, provided we could find funding. And that's where Councilmember Brown has come in, and he's always been very supportive of the fire department and the mission of the Division of Fire. So I can't obviously thank you enough, and I know the Chief has already said it, but your support and your continued support of the division is fantastic. These machines are about $12,000 a piece to get up and running. Our goal with them is to move, not just from an accountability standpoint, to better control and maintain the compliance with the state pharmaceutical requirements, but also to get to a just-in-time process where we can order just what we have used each month instead of having to buy in bulk the way we have done previously. There was two people from the Division of Fire that it would be remiss if I did not mention that actually were the boots on the ground to make this project work. They're around here. I would suggest that you reach out to them because they were the heart and soul of the program, and that's Deputy Chief Pat Ferguson and firefighter Darren Fuller. I'm not sure where they went, but they are here somewhere, and I can't thank them enough. And I know Chief O'Connor agrees with me that their efforts were instrumental in making this a success. So thank you. Thanks.
Thanks, Chief. Also, I'd like to bring up the medical director, Dr. David Kessick. I think it's important to understand that in our EMS division today, medical supplies and pharmaceuticals are very, very important, but being able to monitor and to know exactly where all those medical supplies are being used is absolutely invaluable. So with that, Dr. Kessick.
Good morning, everyone. Councilmember Brown and Chiefs O'Connor and Davis, just really thank all of them for helping to make this possible. You know, our EMS personnel use a lot of life-saving drugs out in the field, and we need to have a proper accounting of how much we have in supply, especially in light of the fact that there's a national shortage of some of these drugs to the point where we're having trouble actually getting adequate supply. So having the ability to monitor on a day-to-day basis how much of each one of these drugs that we have helps us to be able to know how much to order and how much to be accounting for in terms of our use. So I'm very indebted as the medical director both to Chief O'Connor and Chief Davis for helping to bring this to Councilmember Brown, and for Councilmember Brown and the City of Columbus for providing the funding for us to do our job much better out in the field. So thanks to all of those for making this happen.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, what's special is that our Division of Fire is always looking at ways in which they can do the job better. The objective here is efficiency, but also being able to deal with the issue of transparency and accountability. As you've heard from Dr. Kessick, our personnel use a lot of life-saving drugs. And given the shortage that does exist around the country, our ability to monitor it and know exactly what we're using, how we're using it, and I'm certain that the Chief O'Connor will tell you how much money we spend in the fire division on supplies is very, very important. So trying to be accurate and making sure that we're not buying in excess, but buying what we need is absolutely imperative. So in closing, I'd like to thank Captain Miller from Station 18 for hosting us today, Assistant Director Kathy Collins from the Department of Public Safety for their ongoing support, of course, Fire Chief O'Connor and Chief Davis, as well as the Medical Director, Dr. Kessick. Finally, I'd like to thank the residents of Columbus for their continued support for the bond packages that provide our capital budget every year. I believe I speak for the men and women of the Division of Fire that is an honor in serving the citizens of the City of Columbus, and I'd like to thank you for supporting us by providing the resources that they need to get the job done. Thank you all very, very much for coming.